Hey, welcome back, Rankers. It's Black Friday week. That's right. And I haven't done a show for, well, all month. That's the longest break I've ever had. The last one I did was Big Tech Censorship was scary, and you'll notice that the Twitter handle is now gone from my backdrop. So if you want to reach out to me, still on YouTube, but I might be also uploading to another platform, which I'm investigating at the moment. And also I'll be on LinkedIn because LinkedIn, you're less of a product because, you know, there's an option to pay to be on there. And it seems to be less sensory for the moment anyway. So, and if you didn't know what I was talking about with the sensory stuff, go back and have a look at the last show. I'm a big advocate against censorship in case you're new here. I want to talk to you a little bit about, you know, what happened last year, what we think might happen this year. Black Friday last year was the first time it surpassed Boxing Day in Australia for interest and popularity. And so it's going to be interesting to see what happens this year, given what's happened with COVID, lockdown and everything else. But I just want to show you some of the marketplaces and a couple of our major retailers here in Australia, and what's happened over the last 5 years with their brands and the interest, and specifically what's happened with COVID this year for some of these retailers and what it might mean for you going forward. So we can see here's the last 5 years. We've got red as eBay, and you can see they've been on a steady decline right up until we went into isolation back here in March. So this is March this year. And you can see here we've had Amazon, the big announcement, what's that, 2 years ago? But it's sort of been puffing along, and then when we get to the lockdown, we see it has a bit of an uptick as well. And part of that uptick is from this green line, which is Amazon Prime Video. So a lot of other people wanted to have something to watch because we're all in lockdown and we need more variety for the family. So I think that has sort of stabilised quite a bit. We've seen a little bit of up and down here, which is interesting. I'm not too sure why recently. But the big winners look like to be our bricks and mortar retailers. Kmart and Big W, and we go and look at their related queries for those brands, we can see that, you know, what's spiking at the moment with eBay is Afterpay, Kmart is Afterpay, and Big W is no Afterpay. Oh yes, Big W Afterpay. So that's quite incredible. And that's the last 5 years rising trends for those brands. So we go the last 12 months and we get a bit of granularity of what's been happening with these brands and where they're... And I looked at other marketplaces as well, like Kogan, Catch, but not really comparable to the volume that we're seeing with, say, Big W, Kmart. And you can see here, this is isolation, but Kmart Australia, this online trend has continued. And we go back and when we have a look at toilet paper for eBay, ring light for Kmart. But if we go the last, say, 90 days. But what it shows here is that online shopping got a big boost during COVID, certainly in Australia. And Big W and Kmart are just cleaning up. If I put JB Hi-Fi in there, we might see them in there as well. JB Hi-Fi, retail company. And you can see there, yep, they've got a spike here. That's in November, which is interesting. So they may have had a sale recently. It might have been an announcement recently. But certainly all of them are getting much more interest than, say, Amazon is. And, you know, I like competition, but Amazon doesn't seem to be there in Australia quite just yet. I'm not saying they won't be, but it's slower than what we were expecting, certainly. And Shopify there, just to give you an idea of, you know, merchants looking to set up their sites and those sorts of things, or to swap, gives you some perspective on the rest of the country and what retailers they're looking for. And another one in here, we'll not put another big box retailer in here called Harvey Norman, but once again, Harvey Norman isn't the same brand all around the country. It has different brands in New South Wales, I think maybe Queensland. But you can see there, once again, it's done really well and it's getting slow. It's almost on par now with Amazon in Australia, which is really interesting because Amazon in Australia, as we just showed, a lot of that is for Prime Video content. So there's a lot happening, and I hope you're prepared for this week. And just remember that, as I warned about a month ago, get your... Some people had sales earlier, like I said, which was a great idea. But if you've got your shipping in order, and I've had a lot of complaints about certain suppliers of shipping in Australia, and a lot of those retailers have moved from, say, one courier company, and they've brought on a few others just to make sure that they can keep up with the demand this year. Because I think it's going to be big, but honestly, I don't know, because it's been a crazy, crazy year. I hope you're well, and please like, share, and subscribe wherever you see this video, because it won't just be on YouTube. Probably won't be on Facebook, but it will be on LinkedIn. And hopefully that's helpful, and we'll see you next week. Thanks very much. Bye.